Hi, I'm Paul Huddlestone, and this is the fourth in a series of short videos introducing the RFXCOM plugin for HomeCA3. In this video I'm going to have a look at security sensors and the RFXCOM plugin's security alarm panel, software alarm panel. So to get started we'll need to add our first security sensor. From the RFXCOM plugin menu, select security sensors. And like input sensors, the plugin's building a list behind the scenes of sensor devices that it's heard that we've not yet allocated to a HomeCA device. So this particular device here, we've got a security sensor door window sensor and an associated battery status device. So we'll go ahead and add this one first. Standard HomeCA device configuration screen again, where we can give the device a name. I'm going to call this one front door. I'm going to leave the floor at RFXCOM, and I'm going to add a new room for alarm sensors. Just demonstrate to keep all the sensor devices together that are participating in the alarm panel. House code and unit code not required unless you want it. We'll leave the standard options there unselected. Now add an image for this device. So that will be a Visonic MCT302 there, and then across to the additional RFXCOM options tab here, where the sensor ID is shown and the type of device. Active sensor. If this item's checked, it means that this device will participate in the software alarm panel. So if it was triggered, for example, it would cause an alarm condition if the alarm panel was armed. If you wanted this sensor to operate independently, for example to control something else and not be part of the alarm panel, you can deselect that there. Only used in away mode. If this item was checked here, then this particular sensor will only cause an alarm condition if the panel is alarmed in the away mode. So if it's in the home mode, it will not cause the alarm panel to be triggered. Delayed sensor. If you've got, for example, the front door sensor here, and you want a countdown delay before the alarm panel's triggered, then you'll select this item, and we'll have a look at where you configure the delay number of seconds in a minute or so when we get the device added. Panic sensor. This will just set the plugin up to treat this particular device as a panic sensor. COM failure timeout, similar to input devices. If the plugin doesn't hear from this device for 250 minutes or more, it'll put it into a communication failure state. Okay, so when we're done, we can save that. And what I'm going to do here is just filter the records in HomeCA, just to make life a little bit easier to see the security sensors. Okay, we can see here that the plugin's created a number of new devices for us for the software alarm panel now that we've added one new security device, which is front door here. Now the front door sensor is going to show status of none until the next time the plugin hears from it, in which case it will update to the correct status. So to configure the basic settings for the alarm panel, this may not be immediately obvious, but you're going to the alarm panel control device here. We need to select that, and then the RFXCOM tab here, which is where the settings are for the general settings for the alarm panel. The first item here, send X10 disarm commands to transmitter, is not functional in this version. Because as I mentioned earlier, the plugin doesn't currently support transmitters, which it will do in a future version. Security delay in seconds. Okay, this is what we talked about with the sensor. So if a particular sensor is triggered and it's marked as a delayed sensor, then a countdown timer of 20 seconds will start until the alarm panel is triggered, unless of course it's disarmed before the 20 seconds has elapsed. Security unlock code. This is a PIN number that will be required for disarming the alarm system. If it was left at 0, then it means effectively that the PIN number is not required. Use unlock also for arm buttons. Now, if this item is checked here, you will need to enter the PIN number before you can arm the alarm via the buttons on the main home SEER page. So I'm going to leave that unchecked. Display panic button. If you select this item, what this does is adds another button to the alarm control panel for panic. We'll see that in a second, so I'll leave it checked. Okay, so that's the alarm panel configured. As you can see, it's added another button there for panic. So we'll have a look at the other alarm panel devices that have been created. Alarm panel state, which is exactly as it looks. Shows you what state the alarm panel's in. It can be disarmed, armed, pending arm away, etc, etc. Okay, the next one here is alarm panel status. So if all the sensors are ready, then this will display as ready. If, for example, you've got a door window sensor and it's in the open state or alert state, and it's marked as an active sensor and is not marked with delay, then this will show not ready. So you'd have to close that sensor before you could arm the panel here. Alarm panel display. This is a message system, basically, where any messages that the alarm panel creates will be shown here. At the moment, it's got the standard home SEER off icon, but this will change the first time the device receives a message. You can then scroll up, down the list of messages, or clear the whole list. Alarm panel control, as it looks, this is where you can arm and disarm the software alarm panel. Alarm panel unlock. Again, this device has got the standard home SEER off icon to begin with, but the first time it's used, it'll be updated with the correct status. And what this provides us with is a keypad where we can enter the PIN number that we configured earlier. Okay, now the security device that we added is down here now, and it's showing a status of none. Now next time the plugin hears from that device, it will update the status to reflect the actual state of the device. And here we can disable that particular device if we wanted to stop it from taking part in the alarm system. Now, in order to disable a device, if you've configured the PIN number or unlock code, you'll need to enter it before you can disable a device. So I'll go ahead and click to disable, and as you can see, it's displayed invalid unlock code here. So we set up a lock code of 1234, and then if we disable the sensor, now we'll notice that it has actually disabled. You don't need to enter the unlock code to re-enable a sensor. When you re-enable a sensor, the status will always go to none until the next time the plugin hears from that device. Also, with security sensors, you'll have battery status devices. So I'll go ahead and choose the battery status device that relates to this sensor here. It'll be this one here with the same address. Okay, and I'll call this front door battery. Now create a new room for this and call it security batteries, just so I can keep all the battery sensors together. Now you'll notice that because this is a battery device, the hide device from views option is automatically selected, so this device will not be shown in the main HomeCA device view page unless it displays a low battery condition. I'll go ahead and select a image to go with that, and this particular sensor uses CR123 battery. It just reminds you what type of battery it uses. And the RFXCOM additional options here, let's set that as an active sensor, as with the standard security device. Battery life, we can enter the anticipated battery life and the date that the battery was last replaced, which works exactly the same way as in the input devices. And we click save, and we will need to set that as visible so that we can see it there. And as you can see, we've got another device there for battery. Now it's currently shown because I've not toggled on or off the hide devices option. If I toggle that, so HomeCA devices are hidden, and the battery device is not shown, but it will be if it has a low battery condition. Okay, so that's about it for security sensors. They're all added, all different types of security sensors are added in a very similar manner to that. So in the next video I'll have a look at how to change status graphics, text, etc. to use your own custom graphics. Well, thank you for watching.